Welcome back to Things You Don't Know. Today, we're looking at something that may be of very practical use for our listeners, and that is legitimate side hustles. What counts as legit? What's just hype? And the best path to finding a side hustle that fits your real life.
And we're not doing fantasy math. No, work 2 hours a week and make six figures. We're talking about reasonable paths that people can actually execute.
We'll also talk about scam signals because half the internet is basically a trap door labeled passive income.
Quick note, we can discuss general practices, but this isn't legal or tax advice. If you're starting something bigger, talk to a professional. So let's define legitimate. A legitimate side hustle has three traits. One, it provides real value to a real customer. And we'll explain what those are in a minute. Two, you can explain clearly how money is made. You should be able to say in a couple of sentences exactly what it is. Three, it doesn't require deception, hidden recruiting, or pay to play.
Historically, the strongest side hustles were just trades and services, extra work done after the main job. The modern twist is platforms and digital delivery, but the core is still value exchange for payment.
A legit side hustle also survives basic questions. Who pays you? Why do they pay you? How do they find you? What does it cost you? Time, tools, risk.
Yeah, if you can't answer those questions in 1 minute, it's probably not a business yet. It's a hope.
Absolutely. Now let's do some red flags. If any of these appear, pause immediately.
Well, I would say not just pause, but get away from it right away.
Absolutely, as far as you possibly can. And some of these things can include little sayings like, oh, you must pay up front to unlock the job, leads or training as a condition of earning, guaranteed income with no clear product or skill. Recruiting is the business. If the pitch is mostly a build a team, you're not building a service. You're being built into a funnel.
A funnel that doesn't pay you directly, it pays to people who are organizing it from the top.
That's right. You can also get into overpayment slash check scams. They accidentally send too much and ask you to refund.
And why is that a problem, Chandler? Well, it's very simple. If you uh, submit a check to your bank and it's bounced, you can get charged a significant penalty for it. And if the bank sees that it's a scam, they may drop you as a customer.
Yeah, so that can go against your record and affect you in ways that might not bring a good result. Another one is vague job descriptions. Data entry or package processing with unusually high pay and no real company presence. Pressure tactics. Spots are limited. Act tonight. Don't tell anyone.
A legitimate opportunity can withstand scrutiny. Written terms, transparent pricing, and normal business friction like contracts, taxes, and customer service.
Here's a clean rule: real businesses don't need secrecy. They don't need secrecy. They need repeat customers. So instead of chasing what's trendy, use a scorecard. Rate each idea from 1 to 5. The first thing that you would want to use on your scorecard is demand. What do I mean? Do people already spend money on this? Second thing is the speed to first dollar. Can you get paid within 30 days? Is that a reasonable expectation? How much is a startup cost? Under 100? Under 500? Or is it more? What is the risk? Physical risk, legal risk, reputational risk, schedule control. Can you do it on your own time, like nights and weekends? Is that important to you? Another issue is skill leverage. Are you using something you already know? Or are you going to have to learn a whole new skill set? And the last one I'm going to mention is scalability. Can it grow without destroying your life?
I have to say, Dr. Weaver, that these are questions that everyone should ask themselves. And I also think that these are questions that people, shouldn't have a hard time answering. And if they do, then maybe they need to think about those options. Because people skip this and choose something like, oh, I heard that Amazon FBA is great. But the real constraint is that they have a full-time job, no storage space. A scorecard would kill that idea instantly.
It's also important to choose your season of life first. If you're exhausted, pick something with low complexity. If you have energy and time, you can build something bigger.
Absolutely. Now, service hustles are boring, but that's also why they work. People will pay to remove friction from their lives. Examples: home cleaning slash deep cleaning, yard work and snow removal, handyman tasks within your competence, and local rules, furniture assembly, pet sitting and dog walking, local moving help, house sitting, errand running for seniors, meal prep assistance were allowed.
Service hustles win on speed to the first dollar. You can start with a simple offer and a small local network.
And the legitimacy is obvious. You do the work, you get paid. No mystical algorithm required.
Yeah, indeed. So if you have professional skills, freelancing can pay well and quickly. Like, for example, writing and editing, graphic design, social media management, video editing, bookkeeping, simple website builds, resume and interview coaching, project management support, or translation. You do have to be fluent.
Yeah. Now, the key here is productizing it. Don't sell, oh, I'm available. Sell a clear package. I will edit 5,000 words in 72 hours for X amount of money. I will design a 1 page flyer plus 2 revisions for X amount of money.
That's historically consistent too. Clear deliverables create trust.
Tutoring, music lessons, language practice, fitness coaching, these are all classic and they're also legit. Adult skills, Excel help, budgeting basics, college application review.
Yeah, it's legitimate when you're honest about your qualifications and outcomes. Your selling instruction and guidance, not guarantees. So, digital products are real, like templates, guides, stock assets, printable planners, short courses, but they are rarely instant. Usually, you build a small audience or have a clear niche.
And people usually get wrecked by thinking, oh, digital equals passive. It's not passive at first. It's upfront work plus ongoing marketing.
Reselling has always existed. The modern version is the online marketplaces.
Legit. If you do it clean, then the trap is time, hidden costs, driving, storage, returns, platform fees.
Yeah, if you enjoy it, it can be solid. If you're doing it because you're desperate, it can become a second job that pays like a third.
Now, delivery driving, ride share, task apps, yeah, it's legit, but your profit depends on costs, fuel, wear and tear, downtime. So you should track it like a business, not like free money.
Yeah, the benefit is easy entry. The downside is you can burn hours without building an asset. Now, the core question, what's a good path to finding one? Here's a method that works without guesswork. Inventory your constraints, not your dreams. Like write down your hours per week that you would be available. Be realistic. Budget to start. Transportation and location limits. Energy level and street tolerance. Your hard nose, like sales calls, heavy lifting, nights, etc.
Now, this is where people get honest. If you only have 4 to 6 hours a week, then don't pick something that's a 3 month learning curve.
You need to inventory your assets. Your assets include skills, certification, tools you already own, networks, and insider knowledge from your job when you can use that without violating ethics or contracts.
Also, what people already ask you for help with. That's often the seed.
In order for a side hustle to be successful, one of the things it needs is buyers, not applause. Look for recurring problems, weekly, monthly, time sensitive problems. People pay more.
Yeah, for time sensitive problems. Uh, if something has to be done in a big hurry, yeah, they people will pay a little more for that.
Yeah, because some people will pay more when they're desperate. Yeah. Problems with embarrassment or even anxiety, people pay to avoid that too. And some examples are clutter cleanup, last minute presentation editing, pet care when people travel, basic text setup for older adults.
Build a small offer and validate it fast. Validation means someone pays, not someone likes your idea, not says they would, actually pays. So you create a simple offer. Who's it for? What you do, how long it takes, what it costs, what results look like realistically.
And then pitch it to 10 people in your orbit. It could be neighbors, co-workers. Just choose carefully. Local groups. You're not begging, you're testing out demand.
You need to deliver and refine. Your first version will be clumsy. That's normal. The goal is to learn what customers actually want and then adjust.
After 3 to 5 clients, you'll see patterns. What takes too long? What pays well? What clients complain about?
We want to give you a quick, don't regret this later checklist. So here's how you can, keep yourself safe and protected in some ways. Keep written agreements, even simple emails. Track income and expenses from day one. Separate side hustle money if possible, even if you have to put it in a separate account. Know whether or not you're going to need a local permit or a license for what you're doing. Do not use other people's copyrighted material and designs, music, or content.
And pricing. Start simple. Don't underprice to the point that you resent your customers.
Also be careful with scope creep. Sure, I can destroy your profit fast.
If you have three decent options, choose based on the fastest to the first dollar. If you need income now, for example, best fit for your energy. If burnout is the risk here, best long term asset if you want something that can grow.
Absolutely. Translation for that, if you need money now, pick a service. Want flexibility? Pick a productized skill. Want scale later? Build something digital after you prove demand.
Historically, stable side income comes from repeatable work with repeat customers.
Now let's get into some questions now. Question number 1. Do I need to be an expert about this? Answer: no. You just need to be competent and honest. You can start with entry level services and then improve.
Question two: how do I market without being annoying? Well, okay. Start with your warm network and clear offers. Like, I'm offering X. Here's what it includes. Here's the price. Here's how to book. No hype, no hot sell.
Question 3. How do I avoid turning my life into nonstop work? You have to set a cap, specific hours, specific days, and a clear stopping point. A side hustle should support your life, not replace it with chaos.
Legit side hustle matches. You pick your own lane on this one. Rapid fire. We name a situation, offer a legit match.
Okay, so how about full time job? Low energy, wants simple, pet sitting or house sitting.
Person who's detail oriented and likes rules, bookkeeping, or document proofreading, I could sure use one of those.
Good communicator, likes helping. Oh, tutoring or resume review, even.
Hands on practical type person here. Furniture assembly or yard work would be good choices.
A person who's very tech comfortable, basic device setup for older adults, or doing website updates for small businesses.
Creative productized design, logos, flyers, thumbnails, clear packages only.
1 week side hustle sprint. Let's go with that. Let's leave our listeners with a 1 week plan. Day one, write down your constraints and assets. Day two, pick one problem you can solve. Day three, create one clear offer and price. Day four, message 10 people or post in one local group. Day 5 through 6, do one paid job or a paid trial. Day 7, adjust based on what happened, then repeat.
Legitimacy is less about the label and more about the structure. It offers clear value, clear terms, repeatable delivery.
And folks, if you take nothing else away from this, at least get this. Avoid anything that requires secrecy, recruiting, or guaranteed outcomes. Build something simple that people already pay for.
Yes, that is so important. You can't create a market out of thin air. If people are already using it or buying it, paying for it, that's a whole lot more legitimate. At any rate, that's it for today's Things You Don't Know. We hope you'll come back. And if you have comments, you can tell us your constraints, your hours per week, budget, what you're good at, and we'll map 3 side hustles that fit your exact situation if we can. So bye for now.
So
Goodbye,
long, folks.